name is Smith. We're doing a dissection of a sheep brain today, lab practicum 4 for Dr. P. And we're going to start with the superior view.
The meninges, which has the dura mater, arachnoid mater, and pia mater. And here we're looking at the superior view of the sheep's brain. First, we're going to start with the lateral fissure, which is this area right here. And then we have the longitudinal fissure, which goes right down the middle of the brain. And we have our transverse fissure, which is this right here, which separates the cerebrum from the cerebellar, gyrus and sulcus. The gyrus, as you can see, are the actual ridges of the brain, and the sulcus are the pieces that separate them, the grooves. We're going to go to the cerebrum, and actually this whole area is the cerebrum, but the outer layer that we're looking at now is the cerebrum cortex. We have the frontal lobe, which is this area here on both sides. We have the central sulcus, which separates the frontal lobe from the temporal. Our precentral gyrus and our postcentral gyrus are going to be on both sides of the central sulcus. So our precentral gyrus is this one right here. It goes up, and on this side it does the same. And on our postcentral gyrus, we have it on the opposite side of the central sulcus, and it comes through this way. And we have our temporal lobes, which are on the sides. Temporal. We have our occipital lobe, which are the very back of the cerebrum. Next we have our cerebellum, which is this little figure down here, which the transverse fissure separates from the cerebrum. Within that, we can barely see it, but the midbrain is right in there. Take a look at the other side. Midbrain is right in there. Alright, we're looking at an inferior view of the sheep brain. We're going to go over some of the nerves that are here on there. So first we're going to start with the olfactory nerve, which is found here in these two. We have the olfactory bulb and the tract. Olfactory tract stems from the bulb down. Our optic nerves, and our optic nerves are found here. Our optic chasmia are these two, basically the arch in the middle. And our optic tract, you can barely see it on the sheep brain, but it comes from our optic chasmia out this way, out laterally. Right here, then we have our oculomotor nerves, right here in the middle, and here. Brain, we're going to go over two parts of the brainstem. This area here is the brainstem, and here we can find the pons, and then just below that we find the medulla oblongata. Pons, medulla oblongata. Alright, here we're looking at a mid-sagittal cut of the sheep brain, and we're going to go over a couple structures here. First we have the corpus callosum. All this area here is the corpus callosum. We're going to go to the thalamus. The thalamus can be found in this area. Thalamus. Our third ventricle is this area here. See the space, the third ventricle. Our cerebral aqueduct goes from our third ventricle up to our fourth ventricle. Cerebral aqueduct, fourth ventricle. We have our brainstem, this area here. Brainstem. And our cerebellum, this area above the brainstem. Cerebellum.
Alright, well that wraps up our dissection of the sheep brain. We looked at an inferior view, a superior view, and a mid-sagittal cut. And we went over some of the parts of the brain. I'm Smith from Dr. P's class, and I'll see you next time.